Greetings everyone and welcome. Now when the House of Hell was finished, it kind of was finished, right? We can all agree on that. Time to move to another story-based, text-based story games. And this time we're gonna jump into Caverns of the Snow Witch. And why this choice from these few Steve Jackson games? Actually, this is not a Steve Jackson game. This is Ian Livingstone game. But I did a bit of reading, so Steve Jackson and Ian Livingstone, they both created this fighting fantasy story-based books. And I think that book was released in 1984, if I remember right. So I think some are just written mainly by Steve Jackson and other few maybe by Ian Livingstone. I don't know. And I chose this one because I thought winter is coming. It might be a bit fitting. And as I mentioned as well, House of Hell was hell of a hard game. It was the hardest book ever written from the fighting fantasy. So anything we're gonna jump into supposed to be easy. But since winter is coming, maybe not easy, but easier. But since winter is coming, I thought maybe this team will be a nice choice. And that was a pretty neat intro in the beginning. Quite nice opening. House of Hell didn't have that, even though it got released as digital game a year later than this, so hell knows. Anyways, let's jump right in. I hope you're gonna enjoy it. I really appreciate everyone who actually enjoys this playthroughs of these text-based games, because I am enjoying them a lot. And yeah, we have a lot of games to go through, so without further ado, I think I said enough. Let's see what is it about. Caverns of the Snow Witch is a fighting fantasy gamebook, an interactive adventure in which you are the hero. You can only win through by choosing the correct path, finding equipment, avoiding traps and surviving combat. Before embarking on your adventure, you must determine your own strengths and weaknesses with a series of dice rolls. You have in your possession a sword, some leather armor and backpack containing provisions, food and drink for the trip. You have been preparing for your quest by training yourself in swordplay and exercising vigorously to build up your stamina. You must first choose from one of the 3 difficulty settings. This gamebook has been designed for optimum challenge. Give me another... Oh, okay, I need to go all the way here. On the Adventurer difficulty mode for newcomers to fighting fantasy, we recommend Adventurer for free-road modes. For older readers already familiar with printed versions of this gamebook, we recommend Hardcore mode. Okay, so should we go in the hardcore again? This is question. I think it makes it a bit exciting, and I think it might be a bit more forgivable than this fucking House of Hell book. I really hope so. And yeah, I think it might be. I hope it's not. I'm quite sure, but I don't have idea. But I'm quite sure that this game won't be just like walking around the same fucking place. So even in hardcore mode, I think we should keep getting the story maybe further. So yeah, I think we can just jump into hardcore here. Fuck it, let's do this shit. You have chosen the hardcore mode difficulty. Before continuing, you must calculate your initial stamina. Your stamina score reflects your general constitution, your will to survive, your determination and overall fitness. The higher your stamina score, the longer you will be able to survive. You must roll 2 dice and adding 12 to the number rolled. This is the entered in the stamina box on your adventure sheet. Stamina will go up and down during your journey, but if your stamina falls to 0, you die and your adventure is over. I don't think this is too bad. Your skill reflects your swordsmanship and general fighting expertise. The higher the better. Your starting skill in hardcore mode is determined by rolling 1 die and adding 4 to the number. This is then entered in the skill box on your adventure sheet. Shit! Shit! Roll your starting skill. Shit always get me, because when I was young, and we were still in school, the teacher used to say, take a sheet of paper, and we always, being fucking silly teenagers, had a laugh of that, because no, it's pretty sad actually. Okay, let's roll our skill. 4. You roll 4 plus base of 4, means your skill is 8. Okay. I hope this is not too bad, I hope. Your luck score indicates how naturally lucky a person you are. Luck and magic are facts of life in the fantasy kingdom. You're about to explore your starting luck. Is determined by rolling 1 die and adding 6 to the number. This is the enter in the luck box on your adventure sheet. Shit. Fuck me. 3? Man, in House of Hell I always get like fucking 6. Whatever. Next you must choose a potion to take with you. In addition to your other starting equipment, you might take 1 bottle of magical potion which will aid you on your quest. You may choose to take a bottle of any of the following. Skill, restores skill points. Strength, restores stamina. And fortune, restores luck. Okay, this is a tough one. Because skill might be useful if it drops. Question is, does it adding to a skill, or does it reset it when my skill is lowered by something? And I have a feeling the potion of strength might be the best choice here. Fuck it, let's get skill. Yeah. These potions may be taken at any time during your adventure. I already regret taking skill, by the way. Except when engaged in battle. Taking a measure of potion will restore skill, stamina or luck scores to them. To their initial level, and the potion of fortune will add 1 point to your initial luck score before the luck is restored. Each potion contains enough for 1 measure, so remember to use it wisely. Once you have selected a potion then, your journey may begin. May the luck of the gods go with you on the adventure ahead. Let's jump right into it. This is pretty big opening, and I probably could skip it because it was a bit the same as House of Hell, except in House of Hell you also need roll for fear. But if someone just jumps right into the series, I guess now we have it covered. Ooh, the art looks pretty neat. Oh, actually, in options, that was also in House of Hell, but I didn't realize it yet. We can change our font size if we wish to. I think it might be better for YouTube if it's bigger. Should we go with ancient or fancy? Also, when you do retro look, you get the old pictures from the actual book, as you can see. So, I'm quite sure this is the same in the House of Hell. I just didn't figure it out. But I think we're gonna stick to this one just so it looks a bit more interesting. So yeah, let's start our journey. Winters in the northern Aiedail are always cruel and bitter. The snow falls thick and the icy wind blows hard, chilling everybody to the bone. For the past few weeks you have been hired by a merchant called Big Jim Sun to protect his trading caravans as they roll their way slowly north to the frozen outpost. The horse-drawn carts are laden with cloth, utensils, weapons, salted meats, spices, and tea, which are traded for furs and ivory carvings made from a mammoth's tusks. Big Jim is not usually worried about traveling north, as bandits only attacked his caravans on the return journey. He is not alone in recognizing the value of the northern goods. On this particular trip, you are walking ahead of 6 cars across a frozen lake. In the distance, you can see the snow-capped peaks of Ice Finger Mountains, jutting out of a low cloud. Your destination lies at the base of the mountains where the Northmen meet the trade. Snow is falling, but not too heavily. You stop to prod the ice with your sword to make sure it can bear the weight of carts. When suddenly the shrill calls of hunting horns breaks the silence. You stand up and ran back to the carts to talk to Big Jim. He's sitting next to the driver of the second cart, puffing on a long briar pipe, a huge man with a great bushy beard. Big Jim is obviously a man to be reckoned with. His bright blue eyes scan the horizon, searching for signs of life. In a deep voice he says, "Sounds like it came from the outpost. I reckon you better go and investigate. Could be trouble, and get back quick." You set off straight away towards the outpost at the base of Icefinger Mountains. You arrive 2 hours later at the scene of ugly carnage. The snow is red with blood and all the wooden huts are smashed and torn down. 6 men lying dead, their bodies slashed, their axes at their sides in the snow. Judging by the size of the footprints, the creature that attacked the outpost must have been enormous. There is nothing you can do for the unfortunate Northmen. So you head back towards Big Jim Caravan to report the news. You reach them in an hour, just as the daylight is fading, and relate the terrible events that have been fallen at the outpost. Big Jim orders the carts to be drawn into a circle to protect his men during the night. A large fire is built into the center of the circle, and you sit down beside it to talk to Big Jim. Everybody is nervous, and a guard is posted to watch for signs of movement outside. In a low voice, Big Jim asks you if you will hunt the terrible creature, for otherwise his business will be ruined forever. You smile, and then reply that you will track the beast, but only for a purse of 50 gold pieces. Big Jim's mouth drops open, and it takes a great deal of persuasion before he agrees to your demand. The snow finally stops falling as you settle down for the night. Sleep is a long time coming. For your mind is active with thoughts of the impending hunt. When you wake just after dawn, the fire is reduced to dying embers. Wisp of smoke rise gently into the morning mist, and not a sound is to be heard. You walk over to where Big Jim is sleeping and tap him on the shoulder. He wakes with a start, and you tell him that you are setting off and hope to be back later in the day. You wave to the guard as the snow starts to fall again and make your way back to the outposts. By the time you reach the outpost again, the bodies are blanketed with snow and the beast's footprints are covered over. The visibility is poor as you set off towards the mountains where you hope to find the abominable killer beast. The snow on the mountain side is soft, and you sink in up to your knees as you climb slowly up. You soon find yourself at the edge of a Caverns which is spanned by the ice bridge. If you wish to cross the Caverns ice bridge, or maybe rather you would walk around the Caverns. Okay, first choices to be made. So we're gonna add a save point in case something goes bad. Also, I'm not sure do I know what the crevice is, to be honest, in English, so... But I reckon it's just like a hole, a crack, maybe. Going across the bridge seems a pretty bad idea. What could go wrong? The bridge is quite narrow and very slippery. Oh fuck. Oh, you are lucky! You needed a luck score of 9 and you rolled a luck score of 2. Excellent. So I think each time you get your luck, use the luck drops. I think you run out of it at some point. You tread carefully over to the bridge, safely across the Caverns as you continue your slow trek through the snow. Using your sword, you cut hand and toe holes into the side of the Caverns and haul yourself up. The wind starts to howl, blowing gusts of snow into your face. You put your head down and stride into it. Above the howl of the wind, you suddenly become aware of another sound. The howling of wolves. You draw your sword while trying to pierce through the snow, as if out of nowhere. 2 snow wolves appear in front of you, hunched ready to pounce. They are completely white except for their blood-red eyes. Suddenly one leaps at you. You must fight. Well, we are back with the RNG. which doesn't start very good. Oh, that was lucky. You have defeated the first snow wolf, now you must face the second. Shit. Oh my god, I'm losing stamina so badly. Yeah, I need to remember I can click if I see it goes really well to try a reroll. And that didn't help. That fucked me over. Oh, come on! Okay, I can't continue this fucking story with so much stamina. So I have a feeling like it would be wise to try to do this shit again. Oh my god, the first fight and we are already getting fucked. I shouldn't touch it. Yeah, overcome by your enemies, and I roll it just like in case, you know, in case I win it. So I roll it so I don't win it. You have scampered in your quest to find the crystal caves and locate the treasure of the Snow Witch. Well then, what a fucking start for this adventure. But yeah, I think that could be a good pausing point to give you an idea what we're going against to. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it. I really do. Let me know if you do. Your feedback is always welcome and quite important. So I wish you have a lovely weekend, upcoming one, and I'm gonna see you with more Snow Witch Caverns next Friday. For now, farewell.